All right, so from here on out, everything on this call is going to be recorded. I will process it and I'll email it to you at the end of every day. I pretty much process all my videos and then send them out. So from here on out, it's going to be recorded. I'm going to give you mouse control and we're going to log into your account. We will do that almost every time. And we'll log out before we're done just so you can verify I'm out of your account. But this way we're working on your system. And so if you can go on here, you should have mouse control. If you come over to my screen and click, yep, so perfect. You'll be able to go up to the email or phone section and type in your login. We're going to log into your Facebook page.
Okay. Where do I do? I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. So
No worries. So right here where you would normally log in on Facebook, email or phone number, I'm circling it.
yep.
That's where you're going to log in. So you're going to type in your email and password, what you would normally type in to log in on Facebook.
Okay. I'm not sure what the heck my uh, password is. Can I go to my notes and check it?
Yeah, you might be able to do that on your screen. Right now you're working on mine, so yeah, if you can go to your notes and check that out. Worst case scenario, we can reset it, but of course we want to try to avoid that.
Okay. Mhm. Well, let's try this. Oh boy. Um, well, I guess we're gonna have to change it. I can't remember what the heck it is.
Not a problem. So they're going to end up emailing you. We can click forgot, or they can, so you can do it a lot of different ways. They can text you, email you, or use your Hotmail account.
Um, I suppose the Hotmail would be the one. Yeah.
All right, so they want you to sign in. I believe this is going to be you're signing into your Hotmail account then. All right, so this wants you to set up a new password.
Yeah.
So while you're working on that, I'll kind of talk in the background here. The main purpose of week 1 is to give a general overview of Facebook Facebook best practices, and an overview and understanding of how I grew the Zig Ziglar page to 3.6 million and the algorithm practices to use as far as growing engagement and exposure without spending a ton of money. And so that's going to be what we're looking at today. Over the next 6 weeks, we're going to overview my entire system that we've talked about via the phone with the 3-step marketing strategy that we're going to use there. It looks like you haven't logged in from this device before. Okay, so what they're doing, you're actually logging in on my computer. And so you'll simply just click continue and then answer a few security questions. I've seen that before.
Okay.
That's going to be best. Yep. So we'll wait a few minutes for that to come through, but I'm just going to look at your page. I've looked at it in the past. We'll overview the setup and give some tips and tricks. I always kind of coach there. But then ultimately, I want you to understand either how to create the content, because we need to be posting regularly on your page, a minimum of 1 time per day, 7 days a week. So we'll do a minimum there, and then I'll show you the best place to create those. And then also, if you ever wanted to buy them, I know of a great site where you can go and buy them. I'm actually affiliated with them where you can get a discount. I can give 35% off the whole site and 50% off custom orders if you wanted custom design. And so if you don't want to make these and take the time to make them, I have a recommended site to go to.
Okay. And I'm okaying what I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about.
No, you're fine. That's what I want to overview. I want to make you feel a lot more comfortable with everything you're doing. All
right, I believe we're at my Facebook page.
right, so we're going to look at Mood Wood Earns is going to be the focal point of everything we do.
Oh, and I had a question there.
I have an answer.
My question was, is it best to, now that we're starting out, to use the Moodwood Earns page or the Do You Love Your Dog page?
I don't know the difference. I'm going to look at both of them and because either way, you're still selling everything.
The reason that I was asking that is somewheres I had heard that the name of your page should be something that, really relates to what you're doing. And that was, first I have the Moodwood Earns page, which I have maybe 500 likes or whatever you call it. And then later on, I just created that other page, because that's what somebody said to do.
All right, yeah, that's good. Wow, I actually made that photo.
You what?
This was actually my photo.
Well, what I do sometimes is when I'm reading something on Facebook, I'll copy pictures and then post them on,
that,
somebody told me, oh, don't do that because something about the text and your
copyrights.
photos, you don't get, I don't know what the heck they're talking about. But
Yeah, so you want to use original content. That's kind of what I'm talking about today, to give a little clarity there. Lessons learned in life. You actually have a lot of great stuff on here already. So what my purpose of this is to show you how to create these images like this, and then of course this actually was, I don't actually make photos anymore because my time is really spent, but this was one that I made it. Like, it wasn't my company, it was me. So that's kind of cool to see. But that was back in January. That was actually before I even really began doing the one-on-one coaching as frequently as I am. That was still before my company was really systematized. That was when Jacob was kind of doing a little bit of everything.
Uh-huh.
And so that's pretty cool. I'm going to show you, I want to show you how to make those, or if you want, because you need original ones,
Yep.
and we need to post something like this daily. So photos like this get the best exposure out of anything else you can post, and they get better exposure when you post them post ones that Facebook has never seen before. So I'm going to show you where you can get original backdrops that have never been seen on Facebook, and then how to put some words on that are relevant to your industry, or you can use the motivational quotes like that. Obviously, we're going to be targeting dogs or dog owners. Photos like this, your in-house working, in-shop working photos, those are great too. You definitely want all of these. It sounds like, this page looks like it had a really, really good start, and then we just kind of stopped. And so
Yep.
all we want to do is to begin again.
Okay.
So it sounds like you have a good idea of what to do. Now I'm going to teach you timing, algorithm management, where to get this stuff and where to make this stuff. So before I go on to that, I just kind of want to overview. I like this page. I like everything that it represents. The only thing I would change is here, I would put a picture of you and maybe a picture of you working on one of these.
Okay.
Facebook was designed originally for people and relationships. And so when you're bouncing around page to page, people are looking for people, right? And so we want to make sure that this profile picture has you in it, or somebody, or maybe a customer, but you would make more sense to me.
And I think I do have some pictures of me that I could stick, but it's like I don't even know how to do that.
Well, that's really easy. So if you're looking at your page, there's a little button. You just kind of hover over it. You're gonna put update profile picture, and I'm gonna do it now for you. I'll just do it now. So you'll click
Okay.
update profile picture, and then you're gonna choose from your photos, or you're gonna upload a new photo. Right now, we're actually on my computer, so if we click upload a photo, we're gonna go into my computer. You're gonna want to do it on your end from your computer.
Okay. No problem.
So do you feel like you understand how to do that? And we can do that after the call, or you can do it now.
Yeah. No, I can do it later. I got your
All right, so we're gonna definitely want to add a call to action. What's the name of your website?
moodwood.com.
I love your website, by the way. I know we talked about ways we want to try to help you move forward, but they really did do a good website for you, so they didn't do you wrong. Um, I know it sounds like you invested a lot, but we want to create a call to action to send people there. And so all I'm going to do is I'm creating this call to action. You only really need to do it once. We're going to call it shop now so people know they're shopping now. And then I'm going to paste in your website URL. You click create. And then now let's see here, not now. So now when someone lands on this page, they're going to be able to see that they can shop now. They'll click on that, which will redirect them to your Facebook or to your website.
Okay.
Have you ever looked at the insights or tools up here to really track what your page is doing?
No.
All right, we're going to let that load, and then I'll come back and explain that to you. All right, so when looking at insights, you can see, obviously we haven't done anything on the page, so it's pretty flatlined. But you can see pretty much everything you want to see. If you just simply click up at the top, insights, where I went, you can see your current page likes, how many people you've reached this week, how many people engaged with you this week, and then of course your previous post. If you scroll down here, you can look and see the date, the time, how many people it reached, how many people engaged with it, type deal. And this obviously, seeing how we're starting from zero and starting from the ground up, it's gonna skyrocket in the beginning once you start doing what I tell you to, or not tell you to do, but recommend you do.
Yep.
And so once you start doing that, the stats are going to go way up, way, way high, and then they're going to come down, and then they're going to start to slowly taper up, right? So it's going to go
Okay.
up, down, and then taper up slow. And that's what we want. We want that slow and steady increase. Obviously, we'd like the fast increase, but that's unfortunately not the way it works. But just to give you an idea of how it's going to go. And so I really like what you have here as far as setting this stuff all up. You're setting the page up well. I think you have an idea. If I were to tell you that you needed to post something, either as far as a motivational quote goes or in realm to your niche or field, if I were to tell you you would want to post something one time a day, do you think you would know what that would be?
Well, when I was doing it, trying to do it frequently, I started taking pictures of what I was doing, but then it was the same stuff all the time, and I thought, well, people want to see the same earn over and over, and then I just started looking for quotes that I thought were um, uh, had some deeper meaning to them, because I do, like the name of my website, Moodwood. Well, I'm in a very emotional business, and usually the people that I reach or that are my customers are going through a very emotional time in their life, and I'm always honored that they would choose me to um, create something to represent or house their most cherished memories. And so I look for things that, would kind of relay that to them. Or like the other things that you were looking at would be things that, that they could see that I do actually make this stuff. There's so many people that talk about handcrafted, and it really is stuff they're buying someplace else and promoting it as handmade, but mine really is.
That sounds good. No, I understand. It's also an industry and a client that I don't know exactly. Um, I don't know if that's actually an industry I would want to be in, but regardless, you're in it, and I think we can send people to you. I really liked your idea of targeting dog owners, and that seems like a pretty prime or a pretty easy prospect to find. And then also, people want to bury their dogs or cremate their dogs or however this would work. I mean, looks like these are all for cremation.
Yes, they're cremation urns. And now, it doesn't, I guess I would say not only dog owners, but pet owners, because I have people with cats that, I had a lady that just bought an urn yesterday for her cat and spent almost $300 on it. So,
Yeah, so
you know,
at least your return. How much time does it take you to make one of these?
well, I I like to make a couple at a time, and the way I'm set up right now, I could probably easily make 5 of them a week.
That sounds good. I'm just trying to track to see your return and where that works or how that looks with everything.
Yeah, my raw cost on an urn probably without the labor, just the materials, is probably the most I have invested in it is $35.
So that's a good return. But then of course it doesn't take it. Then of course you have the time you're putting into it. But so that sounds good. So at least the return's there for you. So we can spin some ads. You also get some wiggle room for discounts. One of the ads I want to run, is I've already mentioned, is I want to run a discount, so people that, you know, the first thing they see is a discount for one of these things, and then you're getting them on your email list, and then you can begin nurturing and following up via email marketing.
Yeah. The other thing, I've been thinking about that as a discount, and that's fine, but I am going to be purchasing a laser engraver, and right now I make a little plaque that I can engrave their name on, and I charge $40 for that plaque, or I charge $40 for the engraving. And I thought that once I have that engraver in place, I could maybe use that or my plaque that I have as a giveaway. That would be something that would be worth $40 that they could get, free as, your coupon or whatever you're talking about there.
I like that. That seems like the extra service there. No, I really like that.
Rather than just giving money away, if you give something that is tangible, I think it's more valuable than just a 20% discount.
No, that makes sense. So my next question then, um, well, it's not even going to be a question. I want to show you the way to make posters. Quote posters is what I call them. And you could do this. You're going to want to do this with every post you make going forward.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have a pen. Obviously, this is recorded, but you're going to want to use a photo size of 960px by 960px is the photo size.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and show you where you can edit these at. This is where most of my photos are made. The one that actually now we have full-time graphic design. Before we had the graphic designers, this is where we went. And so I'm going to go ahead and just, actually we're going to connect with your Facebook. So it's going to sign you up for an account, which is fine. It's free. They'll never notify you. They'll never email you. So as long as you give me permission, we'll just sign you up for an account. It's free. This is a photo editing site. They want to know you with emails. You can cancel it anytime if they do. It's just a free site to go edit. So is that all right if we log in with your Facebook page?
Canva?
Canva is the name of it.
Okay.
So that sounds good?
Yep.
So I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is where you can make the photos on your own. So it's going to go through a tutorial. Let's actually exit out of that and then go back into it. All right, so I mentioned you want to use the 960 by 960. So when you come on here,
that's 960 by 960.
Yes, sir. That makes it a perfect square. So you'll go use custom dimensions right here.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So use custom dimensions, and then you can type it in right here, width and height.
Okay.
When you click design, it's going to open up a new window, and then you have a blank canvas to work with. So right now you don't have any uploaded photos. I'm going to upload one of my own, and then I'm going to show you where to get photos going forward, but we're just going to pretend this is one that you wanted uploaded on here. So now that you have the pretty background that you want to use, which I think this one is a racetrack, you drag it over to the canvas and then stretch it to fit. All right, so it's covering all the white, just like you would if you were an artist. Obviously, you wouldn't use this one for you. This is an example. And then you're going to add some text by literally just clicking the text button on the left-hand side here. And I know I'm still probably moving a little fast, but I want to make sure we cover it. So I think when you either watch this or try to do it on your own, it'll be an easy thing to do. So clicked on text, add heading. You know, the text kind of pops up. So we're going to say this is a great motivational quote, or great quote poster, right? I'm just making it up as we go. And then you can change, you know, the color. You can change it to white, and I would kind of move it down here so you can see it better.
How did you change the color?
So right here, there's like a little dot, and you
Yep.
can use you can choose what color you want. You tracking with me?
Yeah.
And if you want to move it, you just click on it and move your mouse and drag it around wherever you want it. But that's
Okay,
going to be,
but now I still don't. When that shows up on the page, how did you change the color?
right here. So I clicked on it, and there's this little dot right here.
Okay, gotcha. All
You
right.
click on the dot, and it opens more dots. So green, yellow, red, white, black, blue.
Needed to click on the quote is what
Yep. So click
that
on the,
title or whatever, the heading.
yes.
Okay.
All right. So that's how you're going to make these things.
All right.
I'm going to show you where to get free photo backdrops unless you end up taking them yourself. But when you're done with it, you're just going to click download right here. And please, if you have any questions, it's okay to ask, because one-on-one, this is the time where you can ask any question. I want to make sure that every time we get off the call, you feel 100% confident with what you have going on.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and click download here. And we're going to go download image as either a JPEG or a PNG. I personally recommend as a PNG, and it will save to your computer.
Now, what does PNG stand for?
Off the top of my head, I do not know, but it's just a type of image file. It's a little higher quality than the JPG, the JPEG.
Okay.
It's just an image file. It's a computer code.
No problem.
So if we open it, then this is what it looks like. I just opened it, and that's what it looks like on my computer.
All right.
All right, so I want to show you where you can get these backdrops for free.
Okay.
Pixabay.com.
Pixabay.
Yes, sir.
Pix. .com. Okay.
All right, and then so here, the reason I recommend Pixabay, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I've worked with a lot of free sites. The reason I like them is because they're growing every day, and they say right on the front how many photos they have and what they represent. And here, right at the bottom, you can see that it's your source for royalty-free stock photos. And also, you can use any Pixabay image without attribution in digital and printed form, even for commercial application. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you'll end up coming in here and you'll sign up for an account. It's free, 100% free. They don't email you or pester you. They don't sell your information. It's illegal to do that now. So you'll sign up, and then when you're on here, you can search for, you know, whatever you want, animals for photo backdrops. And so say you wanted, you know, a picture of a dog right here. That's a phenomenal picture. If you wanted a quote, you know, in relevance to your brand and image, there's, you know, pictures all over the place right here.
Yep.
And then you simply download them to your computer, uploading them into Canva here, and that's how you're making your quote posters.
Okay. Now downloading them I just click download.
So I would need to, yes, there's going to be a download option. And I'm sorry, I should have actually went into a little more detail on my end. You're going to want to do two things. One, if we were to download this photo here, we already know that we're going to crop it to meet 960 by 960.
Yep.
So right here, you can see that it's 1280 by 853. So the 853 isn't bigger than 960. So we're going to want to get a bigger version of it. So we'd want to download the extra large version of it.
Yeah.
That way we can crop it down. But also we're going to keep in mind that because we're cropping it, it's only going to become a square. So you can almost kind of envision what's going to be left, right?
Yeah.
And then so free download, you'll click free download, but I'm not logged in right now and I don't remember my login. So you would click download and it's going to download into your computer, your downloads files. Do you know how to find that?
Not really. Does it show up in my photos?
It will show up in your downloads folder. I think what we may want to do on this call, do you care if I give you the presentation so we can work on your screen and you can show me your screen and then we can do it on your side and you can go set up an account?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to make you the presenter. You're going to get a request. It may ask you to download something. If that's the case, it's completely safe and needed.
Okay, so I should click on show my screen.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'm going to have you open up an internet browser.
Okay.
Let me get over here. So looks like you got a Mac. That's nice. I'm going to have you search for, oh, hold on. I just had something move on my screen. So you're going to go to pixabay.com.
Okay. I'm sorry that I'm not any faster, but
No, that's okay. That's why I'm glad we're doing it this way. This way I know that we're going to go at whatever pace you need, so that way when I'm done, you don't feel like I just blew through everything. And if I am going too fast, because I know I move somewhat fast, it's okay to tell me to slow down. It's 100%. That's what I want you to do. So here you're going to sign up. We're going to set you up an account with Pixabay. So you're going to click sign up. Personally, when I do it, I just sign in via Facebook.
do this.
Yes, sir, because then I never need to remember passwords or anything. We're already logged in. And so we're going to say continue. It's completely safe and okay. I do it for me. And you can exit out of that or edit profile. We don't really need to edit all that information. I personally don't.
Should I just hit upload images?
No. We don't need to do any of that. So either click edit or exit. All right. And then you're going to go to explore, I believe. So up in the top right,
Okay.
just click on that button. And now we can begin searching for images. So we're just running a test run. Let's go find an image that you like. So maybe go search for anything or grab one of those. And we're going to download it to your computer. And then we're going to go find it on your computer so you know where to get them in the future.
Okay.
So free download.
Oh, I do the large.
It's going to be different every time. You just want to make sure it's bigger than 960 by 960. And in this case, the large is the one you're looking for.
Okay. And then free download.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, so it just popped up. There it is. So you're going to want to save that to a place on your computer that you know where to find it again. I'm a big fan of just moving things to my desktop.
Okay, how do I do that?
From a Mac, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing. Oh, what's that? No. It's going to be over on the right there, I believe. So if you go, yes, that button, what's that do?
Rotate.
Oh, then that's not it.
Show mark bar.
let's go to, can you give me, it's not going to let you. I was going to see if you could give me mouse control, but I don't think it will let you. Because I typically, I would need to play with that a little bit to see where it's at. Go over to the left-hand side underneath the red, orange, and green.
If I do this, it'll go down on my toolbar. You know, it's here in downloads.
Oh, perfect. That's where, right. Okay, so we know it's in downloads. I just needed to find that. That's where I was thinking it would go, but I needed
Oh,
you to verify that you knew where that was,
okay,
and that's where I thought it was. So let's go to canva.com now.
okay, we're gonna open up another screen.
Yes, sir.
Or should I close this Pixabay?
Let's open up another screen for right now.
Okay. Um, hmm. I don't know if I can. Is there a way that I can close this go to meeting thing or minimize it?
Oh, I don't actually see that on my side. There should be a minimize option, or you should be able to move it around your screen. It's
I
actually
got.
transparent for me, so I don't actually see it.
Okay, so we're just going to open another. And now where am I going?
Canva, Canva.com. This is the photo editor that I was showing you a few moments ago.
Canva.com.
We'll just connect with your Facebook. I've already done that once with yours, so that's what you'll want to do. All right, so now we're going to go to use custom dimensions.
Use custom dimension. And then here I do 960, 960.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, and then from there, you're going to click design, and it should automatically open up a new tab.
All right.
So there's your blank canvas, but now we need to get your image on there. So I actually believe if you drag from the bottom there, where you can grab it, right one time to the right, or that, you might be able to just drag it over. Choose the one right to the right of that. Yes. There we go. Did it go? All right. Maybe try one more time. All right, so go over to uploads on the left-hand side. All of this too, I promise, the more you do it, the more you'll get familiar. And so right now it may be confusing, but I promise we'll get it. So if you click upload your own image, it's a green bar up in the left-hand side. You're going to want to choose downloads. And it's that orange image right there. And then if you, yes. So now it's uploaded. So now we can drag it over to our canvas. And we can make it fit. So we're going to want to stretch it using the corners. Yep, and make it fit nice and pretty.
The whites.
Yep, so stretch all the way. It's going to crop the photo. You're going to lose some of the photo, but you want to cover the white completely. So you overstretch. So do what you were doing, but go really big with it. There we go.
There, that's it.
Yes, sir. And so that's what you're going to end up doing with every photo. And then if you want to add text to it, over on the left-hand side, there's a text tab. It says text. There we go. You can add however you please. If you want to add a heading is typically what I would do. But they also have some pre-cut designs there for you. Some of those pre-cut designs are free and some of them aren't. I obviously recommend you use the free ones, and then ultimately I always use add heading for me. So you'll just click on what you want to do. In my case, I click add heading. There you go. And then you can edit from there.
What the heck happened there? Does it check your spelling?
Yeah, so unfortunately Canva doesn't, but either way, we don't really need to finish this right now. I just
Okay,
want you to feel comfortable about what you're doing and that you know how to do what you're doing.
okay,
But it's up to you. I mean, we can work our way through it. We're covering a lot of information on every single call, including this one. But I also want you to see where you can go purchase these to where you don't have to make them, and where you can create custom orders where all you got to do is send this guy a list of your quotes, a list of what you want your posters to say, and he'll make them all for you. He'll put your website on them. He'll make your brand identity for you. And so I want to show you both places.
okay.
So I'm going to let you drive. I kind of like this sitting back and watching you just work. Makes my job really easy.
Yeah, well, and okay, here you can change the font, I guess.
Yes, sir.
All right, I guess I got that.
All right. So that's, I mean, you're going to need to go back and watch this video, and you're going to need to go play with it and spend some time with it. But I promise it will get easier. If you ever just want to buy these things already made, I can give you my coupon code for 35% off this entire site or 50% off custom orders. So if you'll go open a new browser, I'm going to show you the new site.
Okay,
The new site is Q Posters, so Q for quote, qposters.com.
I'm writing this down, right?
No worries at all. That's the type of person I like to coach. I write stuff down, takes notes, and I know about you. I know you're really going to take it and try to do it, and that makes my life a lot easier. When next week we talk and you tried it, then we'll really know. I really get to see what you can do. Yep, right there. All right, so if you'll scroll down, here's some that I already made. So we have a couple different sections here. We have the never seen before section. Those are the ones that will run best on Facebook because they've never been posted. So Facebook's algorithm hasn't slowed them down.
So now all of them ones that are under this never seen before, all these down here are never seen before.
Yes, sir. And then if you want to see more, if you were to click that shop all, and I don't want you to right now, but if you were, you're going to see a lot more. I think they have over 300 on the site right now.
Okay.
But I want you to continue to scroll down. And so you're going to reach another section right here, fan favorites.
Yep.
So these ones have been bought and posted before, but we bring them back because other social media sites don't have algorithm. And so people can buy them for 99 cents and use them. They're also, although they're not original, they work to get you out of a bind. Like if you know you don't have time to make a poster and you just need something there, even if it's already been posted before, the 99-cent section is a good section just to grab something. You won't get as good of exposure as you would with the never seen before section, but it still works.
Okay.
And then if you scroll even further down, you have
All
your
right.
custom orders. And so if you wanted to order a contract, say you wanted to order 90 or 60 and just send over 60 quotes or 60 statements or 60 things, then our guys will go ahead and they'll create exactly what you're looking for so you don't have to. All you have to provide is the brand identity, which you only ever have to provide one time of, hey, this is what I want them to look like. And
What
then
what what do you mean by that? Brand
your
identity.
website. So in this case, they're going to put your website on there. So every poster has your website on it.
All
And
right.
then, if you like certain fonts, which you may not really care about it, but what I mean by brand identity for you is certain backdrops. Hey, I want sunrises, sunsets, dogs, animals, maybe some people with pets, maybe even some funerals. It's going to be based off of whatever quote you provide. But then
Okay.
in the custom contract, you're actually providing the quotes. You're providing what you want to say, what you want them to say. They provide the graphic design, they provide the imagery.
So for $839, I'm covering 4 months.
Yes, and actually, because you're coaching with me, you get 50% off that.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm affiliated with this. I was a part of the starting of this company, and
Uh,
so I as an incentive to people that work with me, they get discounts on the entire site. So you get 50% off custom contracts, and you get 25% off and 35% off anything on the site.
cool.
So if that's something you ever wanted to do, just let me know and we can make that happen. But
How how do I? Because I will do that, um, for sure.
so right.
Is, is there some way that I get to see what they're creating before it gets posted, or?
So yeah, you're still the one that's posting them. All they're doing is creating the images.
Oh, okay.
So they're just the graphic designers. They're a team of graphic designers that have my full endorsement. They're the ones that make everything, all my content for all my done for yous. I send it all to them. They made the last 1,500 posters on the Zig Ziglar page. I mean, they're a great team of guys. There's three of them. And they really know their stuff. And
Okay.
so
Now, what happens if I don't like what they did?
send it back and they'll recreate it.
Okay. And now, is there a way, instead of dinking around posting these every day, that I can automate it, that it would just post a different one for 30 days?
So I completely recommend that you do not schedule because
Okay.
you're going to get terrible reach.
Okay.
However, if you ever wanted, I can show you how to do it to where what you do is you just one day sit down and schedule it out. You can schedule out the whole 4 months. It might take you an hour to do, but then it's fully running. That's within Facebook. But that's really why my done for you company exists, which the price points on that are probably more than you want to spend because your return probably wouldn't earn you your money back. But what we do is we find we have college kids working for us and high school kids, um, where they I pay them $1 per post because you want to post live. When you post live, you get better reach and engagement, which is why me as a business owner and a done for you, I pay college kids just to go post these things live.
Okay.
And so, but that's an additional expense. I'm doing everything I can on the forefront to not make you spend not to save you some money, right? I want you to be able to take this system and make money.
Okay.
And so if we wanted to work out a contract where maybe the only part of the done for you we did for you was posting, maybe you and I could come up with a contract for that. Um, I don't know what that would look like, but that would be an additional expense. And I don't know if you're trying to spend more money until you start making money off this.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I don't even, I don't know. I'm just asking questions because I
yep.
just, I don't know
I want to. I just want to make sure I give you the honest answer because for me it would be nothing to say, oh yeah, we can handle that. It's another done for you. Here's your expense. Here's your contract. You know, here's your invoice. Pay us. But I don't really want to do that. I want to make sure you're making money. I also want to make sure you understand what's going on. Unless
Yep,
you were to tell me, hey Jacob, I really don't care what's going on. I just want to see this thing run. Can you set it up and let's run it? That's a different scenario.
yep. And no, I like to know what's going on so that I can help myself and that I have another, I don't know if it's would be saleable or not, but I have like a half a dozen really, really nice poems that I've written. And, I may want to start something where I've got poems that are really fitting for a bride to give her father or father give the bride. And I've got fishing poems and hunting poems. And so I do want to know how to promote any cockamamie idea that I get.
And that's what I'm going to teach you.
Okay.
So going forward, I think Q posters, if you were going to make an investment, making posters is a very time consuming task. So I
Yep.
think Q posters is a very good investment. However, I think you should post those live. Posting
Okay.
those live, it gives you way better exposure and you're going to reach a lot more people.
Yep.
And so that's one thing
I
you're
know
going to want.
that's something I having an iMac, will I be able to do all of this from my iPad or my iPhone?
You can do everything from your phone. I told you I hire college kids and high school students because they'll post very cheap or free.
Yep.
And they do everything from their phone. They save. So what's going to happen is all these posters will be made. If you go through Q posters, they'll be saved into a file that you can access from your phone. And I would actually show you how to get better access. And so all you
Oh,
do is you go grab the image that you want to post, save it to your phone. At the appropriate time, you post it, and then just delete it from the folder and from your phone, and you never need to worry about it again.
cool.
So that's why I recommend it. That's why I endorse this site, and I put my own sweat and blood into it to get them launched. And they've been really, really good and successful. But that's why it's so, for the small business owner, that's why this works. It's also the cheapest. I guarantee you, it's the cheapest place you'll ever find quote posters. I've looked at the market, and so my goal is literally just to help you guys start making money. And unless I'm doing that, I'm a failure in my job. But
Right.
most of you, like your time is better spent making the earn than making the quote poster.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of why I created this site. Um,
That's
I'm not
400.
my hands aren't really in it anymore. I just more so verbally affirm it.
Sure. Yeah. $420 for uh, 4 months is cheap enough.
Yeah, so that's why we did that. And you'll get that discount if you call in 4 months and say, "Hey, I want to buy again." It may be a different discount code, but I'll make sure you're taken care of if you buy that and then want to do it again. But keep in mind when you do that, at the time of purchase, you would need to provide 120 quotes. So you still need to find what you want on those images.
Oh, okay,
Does that make sense?
sure. I'm not, they're not, I need to come up with a quote for each one.
I could personally help you with that if that's something you wanted to do, but the way that website is set up is, yeah, you're buying 120 designs, and then you're going to give a little direction about what you want on those posters and how you want that to look.
Okay. Is there some place that a person can go that you can find inspirational quotes?
So there's good places to go, and one, you could actually just scroll up. If you scroll up, there's already some done. Go to the fan favorites. Those are, I mean, there's obviously a lot of them there. I think they have 500 products on the site. 300 of them are new.
So if you guys are creating the post for me, I can use one of these 99-cent quotes and they will look at it as an original post or not.
When we make it, they're putting a brand new backdrop on it. They're redesigning it so it's never been seen before. They're making you a brand new picture and poster.
Okay, so
That's what
that,
you're buying.
okay,
You're buying brand new graphic design. So these 99-cent ones, they've already been bought before. They've already been seen before. That's why we call them fan favorites. And in full transparency, that's just money in the bank for us because someone already bought them at full price and now we're just reselling them for 99 cents.
okay.
And so it's just additional income. The never seen before section, the reason that would be good for you is if you go to the never seen before, you're buying these. No one's ever seen them before, right? Obviously, that's the name of the section. They're a little more money. You can get 35% off this section. And once you add it to cart and buy it, it is emailed to you instantly. And then you instantly have it.
And that's the whole poster right there.
You get exactly what you see, but you get it at the 960px by 960px.
And it's, instead of $6, it's less 35%.
Yeah, and I got a calculator. I don't even know what that ends up being. So it'd be 599 minus 210. So it ends up being 389 per poster.
Okay.
The only thing those don't have is your website. Those do not come with your brand identity and your website. Those are just you get what you see. But up front, it's not making another $400 investment. You're just making $399, or you're making it'd be 5.99 minus 210. You're just spending $389 per day, and then if you want to invest more later, if you ever want to buy more than you can, at least then you're not spending making another $400 purchase.
Yep.
So
But then, like I say, it doesn't have the background that I,
desire, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and that when you after you buy the custom order, you start going, it'll be a back and forth email process with the head graphic designer. His name is William. You're going to talk back and forth about what you want these to look like, right? All 120 to look like. You'll talk back and forth there, or however many you buy. And then once he has a vision of, okay, we know what you want, then they start making them. After they make them, if you want edits, they give you unlimited edits. I mean, within reason. Obviously, I'm pretty straightforward. If you're asking for 600 edits on every poster, then maybe
Yeah,
they'll
no,
refund your order. But
I'm that kind of a fuss budget.
okay, so, but yeah, that'd be a good investment for you. It's definitely needed. Or you can make them on Canva. I mean, I wanted to make sure you knew how to make these things for free, but also, I mean, that's very time consuming.
Yep.
So, We're about out of time for this phone call or for this coaching call, but do you feel like what I covered was new to you, was beneficial to you?
Yes, now the Pixbay is where I get, let's see, that's where the pictures are, free pictures. And then Canva is where it gets sized, the proper size, and I can put my text and that sort of stuff in. And then Q posters is if I want to just hire somebody to handle the whole thing or buy 99 centers or $6 doohickeys.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
one question that I do have is the sum and substance to this just posting every day some original content? Is that what gets me going up in Facebook?
Yes, sir. Yes, that was an overview of this phone call or of this coaching call.
Okay. And then down the road, will we talk about how to interact with people that, what do they do? Like the post or repost or?
Yeah, so they'll like it, they'll comment, or they'll share on it. And you can message them back. You can comment to them saying, thanks for engaging with our page. A lot of the times, I'm not going to engage with them until after they opt in for my giveaway. So we're going to grow your page big, but then we're going to run ads to your giveaway. And when someone opts in for your 25% off or for your custom plaque giveaway, then you know they're at least interested. And that's when I start the conversation and say, hey, how can I better serve you?
Okay,
Because at
that's
that
good.
point, you know they're somewhat interested in your product, so it might be worth your time. The other people, they just may like the quote, right? They may just like what you posted. So you're growing engagement. For me, my vision for you is to make your page the biggest earn page there is, so that way people know that you give great quotes, great information, and then also, hey, you sell earns. And that way they can tell their friend of a friend of a friend who might be interested.
Cool.
That's my vision for you. And if that's not in alignment with what you're envisioning, just let me know and we can adjust.
That's sales. That's what I'm all
All right.
about.
Well, I can help you get there. Just trust the process. And so for now, your homework between now and next week is simply post one time a day, original content. I don't really care where it comes from. We want it original if at all possible, but definitely just start so we can see this page start coming back up. So one time a day going forward is definitely what we're looking for.
Okay, and now the quick before you go, when I'm at my Facebook page, how do I get whatever it is I've created? So I guess I can figure that out. Never mind.
Well, let's go to facebook.com real quick. We'll take a couple seconds and look at it. So go to facebook.com.
Okay.
It's not real complicated. I just want to, I don't mind sitting here with you to walk you into it. So you'll
Okay.
go into the page you want to manage, and I use the down caret arrow on the right-hand side to do it.
The down caret on the right.
Go up to the right. Up to the right, there, right there.
And I
Yes, sir.
click on Moodwood.
Yes, sir. And then you're going to go click on, so you're right here where it says write something in the center of the page. It says photo/video. Scroll down a tad. There it
Okay.
is. So you'll click on that. You'll be able to upload photos or video. Click on upload photo. And then it's going to open up your computer. And right here, you can see the landscape one is right there. Obviously, that's not with any text on it, but then you go and find your photo. And so right there, you got the orange one if you wanted to post that without any words on it. That's the only one that we have right now on your computer that I know of. But is that,
Okay,
so you would go to whatever folder you have them saved in.
all right. And I'll have to learn a little bit about this folders stuff because I've got pictures all over God's creation, but I don't know where to, they're all in like that photo album thing.
Well, that's all right. We'll get you there. You'll get there with more practice here. You'll get it done, and I'm confident we're going to be able to help you be successful. That's my goal, and I'm here to help you through it.
Well, I'm really excited. You're the first guy that has me perked up a little bit, and I'm hoping this will work out for both of us here.
It will. I'm confident. I haven't had anybody fail yet. I've had some people that didn't, that expected to get rich and didn't, but I always promise it's not a get rich, but I can help you close more sales. And so
Yep.
that's
And I
that's what
don't
I want to help you
need
do.
that much more. If my, I'll have a really, really nice business if I can get it to where I'm selling 5 urns a week.
That sounds good. Well, let's get you there then. I'm pretty confident that this system can do that for you.
All right, Jacob.
All right, we will talk same time next week. And I will email this recording sometime later tonight. I'm going to save it now and then get out of it. It'll probably be late tonight, but I will email you the recording.
Great. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Have a great week.
You too. Hey, Jacob,
Yes, sir.
remember one thing, you're not fully dressed unless you're wearing a smile.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
All right. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you. Bye.